The valley of Elah explodes with chaos. Israelite warriors in rough linen tunics, leather belts, and iron helmets clutch their spears and round shields, trembling before the Philistines, who stand bold in bronze scale armor, crested helmets, and towering rectangular shields. Suddenly, David sprints across the dust-choked ground, his simple shepherd's robe flaring as his sling whirls in slow motion.
Welcome to English Bible Stories, where we dive into the rich top story of biblical narrative to uncover the timeless lessons, profound wisdom embedded in each story. Let's journey into the battle of David and Goliath from 1 Samuel 17. Enjoy. I'm Dennis Waswa.
The morning sun scorches the valley as two armies stare each other down, the dust of thousands of sandals choking the air. From the Philistine line emerges Goliath, a living mountain draped in bronze armor, his spear as thick as a weaver's beam, his helmet glinting like fire. Every step makes the earth groan as he bellows, "Send me a man! Let him face me! If he wins, we will serve you, but if I prevail, you shall serve us." The Israelites, clothed in simple woolen tunics beneath mismatched armor, clutch their spears tighter, their faces pale with fear. Silence falls across the ranks until a young shepherd arrives, carrying nothing but bread and supplies. David's eyes widen at the sight of the giant, but his jaw hardens with resolve. Inside King Saul's tent, the air is thick with tension. Saul towers over David, strapping his own bronze armor onto the boy's frail frame. The helmet slips over David's eyes. The sword drags along the ground, and the breastplate swallows him whole. David stumbles, shakes his head, and removes the armor piece by piece. Stepping outside, David kneels at the brook, fingers dipping into cool water as he selects 5 smooth stones. Each one glimmers in his palm before vanishing into his pouch. His sling rests across his shoulder, humble yet deadly, as he rises to face the battlefield. The valley quakes as Goliath advances, his shield-bearer marching before him. His bronze greaves shine, his breastplate clinks with every motion, and his voice booms like thunder. "You send me a boy with sticks? Come here, and I will feed your flesh to the birds." David strides forward through the dust, staff in one hand, sling in the other. His shepherd's robe whips in the hot wind, his eyes locked on the giant. Raising his voice, he declares, "You come against me with sword, spear, and javelin, but I come against you in the name of the Lord Almighty." Goliath roars and hurls his spear with terrifying force. The weapon tears through the air, missing David by inches, embedding deep into the earth with a deafening crack. Dust explodes as David dives, rolling to his feet. His sling spins, releasing a stone that ricochets off Goliath's shield in a shower of sparks. The giant laughs, lowering his shield as he storms forward. Goliath roars and hurls his spear with terrifying force. The weapon tears through the air, missing David by inches, embedding deep into the earth with a deafening crack. Dust explodes as David dives, rolling to his feet. His sling spins, releasing a stone that ricochets off Goliath's shield in a shower of sparks. The giant laughs, lowering his shield as he storms forward. Goliath roars and hurls his spear with terrifying force. The weapon tears through the air, missing David by inches, embedding deep into the earth with a deafening crack. Dust explodes as David dives, rolling to his feet. His sling spins, releasing a stone that ricochets off Goliath's shield in a shower of sparks. The giant laughs, lowering his shield as he storms forward. David sprints, weaving between jagged rocks, as Goliath's massive sword cleaves the air behind him. With every swing, stone fragments shatter, and the valley echoes with steel on rock. David leaps over a boulder, looses another stone. It dents Goliath's chestplate but cannot pierce. The giant snarls, enraged, his massive shield slamming forward and hurling David backward into the dirt. The battle turns into a deadly dance. David darts left and right, sling whirling as he fires stone after stone, sparks bouncing off bronze. Goliath pursues like a beast, each footfall shaking the ground, each swing of his sword close enough to shear the wind from David's cheek. The Israelites watch in breathless silence. The Philistines chant their giant's name like thunder. Time slows as David plants his feet on the ridge, the sun blazing behind him. His sling spins faster and faster, the sound like a storm winding tight. He whispers under his breath, "This is the Lord's battle." The stone launches, slicing through the air. The camera follows its deadly flight before it slams into Goliath's forehead with bone-cracking force. Silence. The giant's roar chokes in his throat as he stumbles, eyes wide in shock, before crashing to the earth. The valley shakes with his fall, dust and silence swallowing the field. David descends slowly, each step deliberate, until he stands over Goliath's massive body. The boy grips the giant's enormous sword with both hands, lifting it high above his head. With one decisive strike, he ends the battle. David, panting and blood-stained, plants Goliath's sword in the ground and raises his eyes to heaven. Behind him, the Israelite army charges, their bronze helmets and spears flashing in the sun as they pursue the fleeing Philistines. David, panting and blood-stained, plants Goliath's sword in the ground and raises his eyes to heaven. Behind him, the Israelite army charges, their bronze helmets and spears flashing in the sun as they pursue the fleeing Philistines.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, share if you find this story interesting.